Puffy just lied, just the man.
When she was getting banged, she liked to scream a lot.
I was recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
Now the dude that he was a multi-millionaire. We all know him. For the record, it's not Jay-Z.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
I think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like go till.
That's a different type of party.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men.
To describe Puffy in one word is a...
There's freak-off videos being sold underground right now in Hollywood featuring big artists when they didn't even know they were being recorded, and I'm gonna show you everything.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really?
This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped, like they're being surreptitiously recorded.
Now, you know what happens at midnight? At midnight, certain things happen. Girls get naked. All of a sudden, everybody's naked. Who do you think went through there? Everybody.
You know, I invited everybody. Everybody was Jamie Foxx, Ashton, Cameron Diaz. I mean, it was Will Smith, Chris Rock, everybody that was moving and shaking in Hollywood.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate.
Right now, in the shadowy corners beneath the entertainment world, a series of underground nightfall tapes are being bought and sold. Recordings of high-profile artists who never even realized they were being filmed. And tonight, I'm going to show you everything. Sources say that anonymous dealers have been circulating these nightfall tapes to elite producers, directors, and executives. Clips of people who believed they were safe, who believed the lights were off. What I'm about to reveal includes a list of performers rumored to be scrambling to buy the tapes back before they surface. Some of these names might unsettle you. Others might genuinely shock you. Let's start with Heredia Soul, one of the biggest pop icons in the world.
What's going on? Losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and you know,
Liars.
they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire. Doing good?
Oh, you put that thing on the woo!
So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's You see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what
Her tape never saw daylight, and for one chilling reason. The only person who supposedly had a copy, an underground rapper known as Vex Cinder, died suddenly from an overdose involving a street drug called lunar syrup, a potent mix that is disturbingly common in the music scene. And you know, the powerful forces behind the Nightfall Syndicate were never going to let Vex wander around with something that compromising. After that incident, insiders claim the syndicate became unusually protective of Heredia, almost obedient.
In fact, a lot of people don't know that cheesecake we went and got was for Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time. That's a fun fact people don't know. People like, y'all walked together cheesecake. It was for Beyonce.
I was throwing this party for the MTV Movie Award. Beckham's was there. And I remember Beyonce was there. Security comes to get me and says, you have a guest here who wasn't on the list. And I'm like, who? He's like, Michael Jackson. So then I go towards the back and it's Michael. I'm like, Michael, what's up? Like, what you doing here? And he was like, you know, I'm here with Brett Ratner. You know, we came to the party. Is everything?
Enter Braden Rax, a blockbuster filmmaker famous for the Cosmic Strike franchise. He was a constant attendee at the Syndicate's secret gatherings and carries a long history of allegations, whispers that follow him through every studio LOT'd and this world. If you wanted to move upward, you didn't get to say no. You either played their game or you were pushed to the edges of obscurity. But that's a story for another night.
He leans over to me. We taking some pictures. He leans over to me. He's like, "Where's Beyonce?" So I run up on B. B is on the dance floor. I'm like, B. Michael said he wants to meet you, whatever. And so I get Mike. Bring him over. He's like, I love the record, whatever. He goes, tells the DJ to play the record, and he was also ready to go for his as a man. I think we all as men at that time wanted to dance with me.
Then we have Lauren Vale, a beloved actor whose clean reputation has made him a household name. He and the syndicate's leader, Darius Kane, have been attending private parties together for years. Very few photos survive from these events. And that's because once the night reached its chaotic peak, Darius would personally collect every guest's phone, ensuring that whatever happened next stayed in the dark. AS comedian Cal Vinton once said, "Do what they ask, and the doors open. Refuse, and watch them close." To this day, Lauren Vale has remained friends with Darius Kane and has never commented on the accusations or Darius's recent arrest.
Just large, just the man. I think Puffy is now in that rap renaissance kind of being part of defining really where rap is going. He's making people dance again.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men, not you thinking about it wrong.
A former assistant of Lauren's even claimed that he had been secretly involved with someone unexpected. If true, it raises the question, what else might he have been doing at those syndicate nights?
People got heroes, but then you got that hero, that one hero. That's my brother Will Smith right here. Let's give him a round of applause. Happy Easter, man.
Family, what's the deal? We need you. So I'm going to take that opportunity to say that to you right now. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you
all
very
of our
much.
healthcare workers out there. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank God that God gave us a Will Smith, and that's real talk.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
I don't want to get you in trouble with Jay.
My only hope is that Lauren wasn't participating in anything involving people who were intoxicated, coerced, or afraid to leave. But there's one person who connects Darius Kane and Lauren Vale directly, someone who unintentionally started the entire Nightfall tape phenomenon, Jackson Firebrand.
Not my friend. I was his friend. So I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation. Damn. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book.
Your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in them.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin. All right, I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him.
Go ahead and let it come out, Will. That's why Tisha left Dwayne. Everybody know. Anybody from LA know you and Dwayne are an idol.
Now, everybody know now about the Diddy parties, but you go to the Diddy party, it's gonna be like an eyes wide shut. For one reason or another, she got invited to a Diddy party in Cancun. In the middle of this room, she tell me Diddy is over here on one couch, and Dwayne Martin is over there on the other couch, and Diddy is throwing grapes, and Dwayne Martin is over there catching them with his mouth.
But we done heard all these stories. We know all these stories. We done known somebody that was picked up on. I got homeboys that Magic Johnson done try to pull.
Here's a new blind item that is allegedly about how Magic Johnson is getting roped into the whole Diddy scandal because his son, EJ, was a huge fan.
Jackson is a phenomenal musician and actor, talented, charismatic, and completely unaware of the storm he would trigger. He started recording the syndicate parties because he thought everyone was just having fun. He thought the cameras were harmless. But he may have captured something he was never meant to see. Rumors claim that when Jackson hinted he was ready to expose what he'd witnessed, Darius tried to silence him. Shortly after, Jackson fell mysteriously ill, and that is where tonight's story begins.
Showed me something I had never seen. He walks out in the townships with the people, and they lift him up and carry him through the township. It was amazing. I would show up to the party, Puff, the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get the, but at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got in. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, money.
It's me and Diddy, sipping on some rock. And we're also having a party this year in LA. We throw the best party, the best music. Yeah! We hit it. Yeah.
These are only rumors, but there's an unnerving pattern. People who get too close to Darius Kane often end up disappearing, falling mysteriously ill, or surviving near-fatal accidents. The list is too long to cover in one sitting. Here's a clip of Jackson Firebrand performing with Darius years ago, back when no one questioned why so many of Darius's collaborators eventually distanced themselves or fell into silence.
Sharing new details about the mysterious medical emergency that led to his hospitalization last year.
April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. Off for 20 days. I don't remember anything.
We really don't know a lot of specifics when it comes to the medical conditions. Last year, we were hearing reports of him being unable to walk. So whatever he went through, it was obviously very, very serious.
Whatever Brutus Vane chooses to involve himself in is his own business. The man has always been eccentric. But it's important to remember that Jackson Firebrand recorded many of the syndicate's secret gatherings, and Brutus attended dozens of them. If those recordings really were seized during the investigation, then the authorities likely have every second of those tapes. And they might reveal far more than anyone is ready for. Soon after this, Darius Kane shifted his focus from music into cinema and brought a new recruit into his world.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes.
Super Zest Monster. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we got to bring some, what they call them, fun boys.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend. Everybody was out. I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. So I look at the chain and I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now, he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then, meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand. He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word? For real? Like,
they say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was this little lawyer guy that was with us. He was a gay dude, super cool. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. He stayed in there with them, bro. Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. There's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section, it's all men in the section. I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Pulled them to the section, and then they walled them off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. Anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you.
At this point, it's painfully clear that Darius never accepted no for an answer. He had a way of bending people to his will, pressuring, manipulating, and cornering them until resistance felt impossible. And that's precisely why he's behind bars now. But he didn't just target one or two up-and-comers. He'd fly entire groups across the world, host private gatherings, and orchestrate scenes where he could watch others participate in whatever he demanded. Not for pleasure, for control. Darius had a fascination, a hunger, for witnessing and recording people at their most vulnerable.
Right?
He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him. He's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing. Like, he's very influential.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? We are on the plane right now. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Very, 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 very dear friend of mine. We go way back. We're going out on like a date to a guy's night with a normal date, but like a man and a woman, or perhaps two gay men or lesbian women. The best possible result of that date is sex. Now, without a heterosexual date, what is the best thing that can happen between us? We can find women to have sex. If you go to Vegas for 48 hours, somebody doesn't go to the hospital, then it wasn't a success. Wasn't a success. So.
But what if the entire success story of the biggest stars in the fictional Nova hip-hop empire was never organic at all? What if those mentorships, networking retreats, and career-boosting parties were nothing more than carefully curated illusions? Tonight, you'll witness the fall of Mech Halo, once a rising legend from the harshest corners of Iron Vale City. Now one of Darius Kane's most broken victims, and his darkest moment, Mech confesses a chilling truth. The gatherings weren't networking hubs. They were hunting grounds. The so-called mentorship wasn't guidance, IT was conditioning. What the world viewed as meteoric success was actually engineered psychological dismantling, a systematic breaking of the spirits of young performers, especially those desperate for a way out of poverty. To understand Mech's fate, we must first examine how the trap was built and why. Behind the facade of business deals and handshakes was something far more sinister: meticulous documentation, a long-term control system.
Just sent straight from Philly. Philly MC said they want that smoke, so we're gonna see what y'all got. Meek Mill, you ain't got nothing but air and opportunity. Show them how it's done. I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time.
Where would you be right now if you were just Meek Mill, who nobody knew, if you didn't have all these powerful people who raised your case up and made people?
I would be in prison. Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Meek Mill got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Boy, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party. Well, what happened? Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup. Yep. D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow. Man, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups. He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook: a Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video.
Listen closely. Darius didn't host these events for amusement. He filmed everything, every celebrity, every whispered deal, every compromising moment. He archived it all, not for memories, but for leverage. One of the rumored guests was Leon Draymond, a legendary athlete whose presence alone could shift global headlines. This wasn't speculation. This wasn't conspiracy. IT was a control operation, calculated and structured. Every guest became a potential asset. Every moment became potential blackmail. The most influential figures in entertainment and sports were quietly transformed into puppets, controlled by secrets stored on encrypted drives only Darius possessed.
That powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So how the ups on Ja Rule, so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons who got caught up in the Diddy party.
I think it's a conspiracy against me, you know, because in the absence of the truth will prevail. So as long as nobody out there spitting real, you know, you can come up with anything and it'll sell, you know what I'm saying? But once you put the truth out there, it's like people have something to compare everything else to. So, you know, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, you know, my album is about to drop. You know, they're not really happy about, you know, Lord, give me a sign. And, you know, we in here and, you know, things of that nature. But you know what? If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I call The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what it's about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in the industry just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that, but I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry, what you heard, because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets, we like, get him. 17 up in that thing, catch him sleeping, hit him. My pop webs with him. The coroner's coming.